Good morning. This is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada. And today I want to share with you something that is very dear to my heart. And this is some happy mail that I received from a YouTuber who has become my friend. And my very first coloring happy mail. This is from the stitching colorist, Shelley Lewis, and she totally surprised me and rocked my world when this showed up at my door. I have a lot of Jade Summer books on my wish list, and at the time I had a few Jade Summer books on that I had ordered and was expecting. And I opened it up and I looked at this and I went, well, I want this, but I am pretty sure I didn't order it. And then I open it up, and as you'll know if you've received anything, if you've ever received a gift from your wish list, there was a little Amazon card attached that was from Shelley, and she left me a wonderful little message on there, and I was just so totally thrilled. I have thanked her and I thank her once again for surprising me with this. It's just absolutely wonderful, and Shelley has a wonderful channel that you should all check out. She is a fellow Color by Number fan, and she hails from the UK. And she does a bunch of things, but she really likes the French Color by Number books from Hachette. I think especially the Hachette Hero books, which are the Disney ones. And so if you like that kind of thing, and even if you don't, because she does other colorings as well, not just Color by Numbers, go on over and check her out. And I'm sure you'll find yourself a new channel to subscribe to and watch. So in the meantime, I am anxious to get my dirty little hands in here, and let's get this book out of its pristine condition and get it colored in. Now, I'm going to give this book its own flip, but it is called 100 Magical Patterns by the publisher Jade Summer. And it is full. Whoops. It's a big book, obviously, since it has 100 pages in it, all different. And I believe it is probably a combination of a couple of their older books that they put together into a new book by picking I don't know if it's the complete books of other books or if they picked pages and put them in here, because they do have a couple of other books like that. And so yeah. So this contains full page patterns, and some of them are mandala-like, where it starts off as a mandala, but then it squares itself off and goes off the page. Some of them are a design pattern like that. There's lots of the mandala type things. There's quite a few animal featured ones in here, and those are really nice. But I like the mandala ones, and well, I like them all. But yeah, you can see that there's a similar theme going on here with these patterns, but they are all very different and unique. And I mean, this is the type of book that you can just open up, color the page you turn to, or something I like to do with pattern books is just start at the beginning and work my way through. So that means our first page is this one, which is quite a bit intricate for this volume. There are, I think, even the next one. Yeah, so there are quite simple pages in here, And then there are more intricate ones, but there's nothing that's gonna give you headaches in here. It's a nice shall we say, calm book. So now that is, I don't know what that's looking like. Is that blurry to you? It doesn't. It's nighttime, so it is hard for me to see the screen of what it looks like. So we're just gonna go for broke and hope that that is a good view for you. So I've picked out a color palette for myself. We've got some nice, bright, happy summer colors here with a goldish yellow, a bright orange, a bright turquoise, a light pink, and two very different shades of bright pinks. So I pretty much always start the center of mandalas with when they're a little circle with yellow. So let's do that. So these are alcohol markers that I'm using. They are the Touchnews and the Ohuhus. So let's start that off, and I think I'm going to zoom you in a bit and then do the rest of the zooming or whatever with when I get to my editing software. So we're just straight coloring this. This is pretty much what I do, is straight color. So I'll just let you watch. Oh, geez. Whew, that was close. Forgot to put my paper underneath. Sheesh. I must admit I do that a little more often than I should by now, since I put a page under everything I do, not just alcohol markers. I'm always putting something underneath. But yeah, good thing I remembered so close. It had just slightly spotted through, but it won't cause any problems. So I tell you, today, I mean, it wasn't a tough day per se, but all day long I have been wanting to film this. I woke up this morning with the intentions of filming this, but I had one of those days. I have fibro. And I had one of those days where I kept falling asleep. No matter what I did, I was awake, and the next thing I knew, I was like jerking awake again because I had fallen asleep. And that just went on all day long. A couple of times I decided to just settle down and let myself have a nap. But then I woke up just feeling kind of, you know, I can't think of the word, but just sort of blah, you know, like not down in spirits or anything like that, but just no energy, and just like I could go back to sleep again. So pretty much spent my day watching YouTubes and coloring. The picture that I'm coloring right now well, I started it last night and I'm still working on it, and all it is like a zen doodly tangly animal. It's an owl, but it's got a lot of design on it, and it's not very big, so it had some really tiny spaces on it. The tummy of the owl, if owls have tummies, the tummy area, I had to color through a microscope. It was so tiny, but it was actually fun, because when I stuck my fine liner under the microscope, it was like gigantic, and yeah, it was kind of fun. But so yeah, it took me a while to do that, and oh, I'm getting close to the end. I should, if I can stay awake after this, I should be able to get it done. So I watched videos that people put up today. Watched, well, if I can remember. I think I can remember who I watched, but what they did, I don't know if that's still fresh. But I did watch Anne at A Colorful Life. She had a nice long video. And I watched C.L. Aldridge. She did a live stream, but I didn't catch her live. I don't go into very many live streams. It's just, but to tell you the truth, I prefer to watch pre-recorded videos. They just have more structure to them, and that's just what I like. Watching a streamed video that, you know, after it's been streamed, I always find a little difficult to watch when the host is talking to invisible people who aren't there. So that's all fine and dandy when you're in the stream, but you know, I'm not knocking anything. I do watch both, but yeah, so I don't get to a lot of live streams, and I usually end up watching them after they've streamed. So there was somebody else that I watched that was a live stream too. Now, was it Colors Creatively, I believe her name is? She just started live streaming. Should I alternate these ones? Or should I stick to, yeah, I'm going to stick to doing them all pink, and then from this point on I'll alternate if I get something like this. So, I watched Tracy's coloring page, I believe her site is. I watched Shelley. She was doing, she was working in the Disney Circles book, and I have that, but I haven't ever done a page in it, and I was so excited to get that book. I can't tell you, because it's set up like the Quirkle books, and I was just like over the moon when I found it and bought it and looked through it, and then it kind of got pushed to the bottom of the pile, and I have never done anything in it, so it's not, I've moved it and put it to the top of my pile. It's not the next book I'm going to work in, but the one after that. Got a couple more books that I'm going to work in for the Hatchet Love Month that Shelley is doing. And did I mention this when I introduced her? But well, anyways, she's doing Hatchet Love Month this month in June, and we're coloring in any of the French color by number books, the Disney ones and the non-Disney ones. So, I am pretty sure that Lisa from Lisa's Coloring Corner was on today. I feel her presence, so pretty sure I watched her do something. Oh, and of course I watched Zoe swatch the twine markers that everybody who's a Arteza rep has received. I don't know what's going on with Arteza, but none of their new stuff is available on Amazon.ca. I don't know if they have said, like, they don't like Canada anymore, and they're not gonna they're not going to sell us their products, or what's going on, because and also, as far as I can tell, the Arteza website itself, they have a US site and a UK site, and I do not believe either of those take Canadian orders. And I mean, if they were, I would want the American one to take my order, because I wouldn't want to pay the shipping from the UK when I could do it from there. But none of the new products are available on .ca, right from the Everblends, and anything past that we know isn't available to us, except from a third party seller. And I took a look at the toy markers, and yeah, they're listed on Amazon.ca by third party sellers who want $120 for them. So that's not gonna happen. So, and lots of their older, like, actually there are no pens. There are no pens available to Canadians on our Amazon website, except for the real artist brushes, or whatever they're called. Those are on, but nothing else. We don't even have, oh, we have the fine liners, but only in the 48. I mean, there's a 72 pack and there's a 102 pack. And all we have available to us is the 48. What's up, Arteza? Like, what have you got against us? Because that's just not right. I would really like to be able to purchase their products and review them here on my site. But I'll just have to stick to things that are available to Canadians. So, June, well, this is June, but the next couple of weeks are, well, this whole month has been quite busy for us because, well, it's Father's Day this weekend, and last weekend was my youngest son's 19th birthday. And so that's a big one for him, because 19 is the drinking age here. So, not that he had anything to drink. He's not interested. He's not interested in alcohol. But anyways, it was his birthday. And then the weekend after, like, not next weekend, but on the Tuesday after that, it's his graduation. And his brother is coming down from Kitchener, and his aunt is coming out, all the way out from BC, to watch him graduate. And so after that, we're gonna we'll all go out for dinner and celebrate, and I imagine there he'll have his first drink. I was gonna say first legal drink, but in all honesty, I think it will be his first drink. He's never even really been interested in sipping anybody's adult drinks his whole life, so I don't think he's going to be a drinker. But then, on the other hand, my other son was like that too, but as soon as he moved out and started having his own social life and stuff, he went a while there when he was quite the drinking man. So, yeah. So his brother plans on going out with, taking him out to the bar and just showing him what the nightlife looks like. I don't think it's going to be all that appetizing to him, because he's he's autistic, but he doesn't like loud noises, and he doesn't like loud places, so can't see him being too excited about bars. Now, okay, so I think I'll continue doing these yellow, and then I will move on to alternating some colors here. So what's the time? Okay, 20 minutes. Just feeling a little twinge in my back, so I knew we were getting there, so I'm gonna go for half an hour here. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I like to go around the half-hour mark. Sometimes, I don't think I've done a color and chat that was less than half an hour, or maybe I do 20 minutes. I know I've gone to 45 at the most, but it's somewhere around there, 20 to 45, that my back can handle sitting in this chair at the table. Sorry if I was making some strange noises there. I was having a sip of my Dr. Pepper, which is my all-time favorite pop. Okay, so let's do some orange. And what else can be on this row? What goes with orange? What are we missing? And that's the orange. We've done the teal. Well, let's do orange and the reddish pink. So, could do those, and the corners, the different colors. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one for the ones that have the yellow in it. So this page is going to go for the Jade in June challenge, and since it's my first page in this book, it'll also go for Color Your Hoard. That is a challenge that I have really been working on this month. So my coloring is from all kinds of books, since I'm trying to do one page in every book I own. I actually decided that I was going to do that the month before Color Your Hoard started, and I hadn't heard of it. I think it started in, was it March? Was it March or May? Well, whichever month it started. The month before that, I said to myself, because I had seen other people doing it, and I thought it was a good idea. So I said, this year my focus is going to be coloring one page out of every book that I own. And so I did that, and I decided that after I did my collection and purge, which I think is a 4-part video on here, I put my books back on the shelf, which had just been haphazard before that. I put them back in order alphabetically by title, because I thought that would be the best way to find what I was looking for. So I decided that I would just start at the beginning and work my way through. And whatever the book is next that I haven't colored in is the one that I'm doing, and I've pretty much stuck to that. So there's a few that I just skimmed through, and I just thought I wasn't ready for them. They were too intricate or whatever, and so I have those pulled out, and when the feeling grabs me to tackle those, I will. So then, of course, Color Your Hoard started, and then I just went ballistic, saying, yes, now I have a purpose and a place to report in every time I complete a page. So I joined that wholeheartedly, continuing picking the books the way I'd said. I don't use the random organizer. And so anyways, this month I came to the Somerset Coloring Studio. I think I have all but the last one of the magazines that they came out with, coloring magazines. So I worked in those, and since I was doing the magazines, I decided to do the Do magazine, which, again, I have pretty much all of the issues that they published. I love magazines, so of course I had a subscription to the Do magazine. I bought the premiere issue off of the newsstand, and right away I went and subbed to it, and I stayed subbed to it until the very last issue. So yeah, I'm working through those, doing one page in them, and of course, since they're magazines, they have different, every picture or group of pictures is by a different artist. So my coloring is just, I've got many, many different artists represented in my coloring this month. And that is not what I had planned. I was going to do several pages out of each book rather than doing one page out of a whole bunch of books, but that's not the way it worked out. Ooh, this is not liking big spaces. It's starting to run out. We'll get a little bit more out of it, I think, if I choose some small spaces, and then I'll have to go grab the oh hoo hoo. Because these Touchnew markers I've had for 3 years, and they've all been running out slowly. Well, not slowly, kind of quickly. A handful. I have the 168 pack. And no matter what anybody else says, I have a different opinion. I know a lot of people say that there's no point getting the 168, that you get a lot of duplicate colors and all that kind of thing, but I highly recommend getting the Touchnew 168 pack, because it has a lot of pastels, light colors, it has all the skin tones, and it has all the grays. And those you're not going to get in the 100 pack. So I bought, I didn't want to buy 168 again because I still have all the light colors. Or this, I still had, I've gone through them now, the skin tones, the grays, and a lot of the light colors, because they weren't the ones I was automatically picking, so they lasted longer. But I've grown to really appreciate those colors. And what was I even saying? Oh yeah, because they were running out and I didn't have any of the lovely bright colors that I like to use, I bought another set. So I just bought the cheapest 100 set that I could find on Amazon.ca, and that ended up being, oh hoo hoo, excuse me, that ended up being oh hoo hoo. So I bought their I cannot remember if it was an 80 or a 100. Something tells me it was the 80. Anyways, it was the biggest one that is available on there, and it was a really decent, it was more than decent, it was a good price. Okay, I need to pick something here. Okay, so these ones are going out like that, and those ones have a different shape. So let's work on this shape here. And these are kind of like leafy thingies. So let's get out the turquoise for those. Okay, so yeah, so I bought the Ohuhus to start filling in the colors that I'd run out of. And they're okay. They're not as juicy as the Touchnews. Even after 3 years, my Touchnews are still juicy. These really aren't all that juicy. And I had to get used to the different bullet tip size, because the bullet tips on the Ohuhus are a lot smaller. And at first I didn't like that, but now I do. Because that's the end I mostly use. I don't like chisel tips, though I have started using them for skin. Like if it's a big face, I'll use the chisel tip so that I get less streakage. But the one thing that I didn't like about getting not getting the 168 was that there were no light colors at all. So it was kind of it's kind of annoying. Oh, I don't know what color to use next. You know what? I'm going to continue on with that color. So yeah, it's all the brights. All the brights and the darks. And it must be the 80 set that I got. So I have a couple of books that were sent to me by the publisher that I'm going to be giving flip-throughs for. A couple of books by Zen Master. They have a ton of color by number books out there, and I am very pleased with their color by number books. So I'm going to give a flip through of each of those. I've already written a review and posted it to Goodreads and Amazon.ca with pictures. And then St. Martin's Press, they are the people who published the Zen Doodle books. They sent me a couple. All right, now let's get this pretty pink in here. They sent me a couple of books to review. One was a Zen Doodle, and I'm going to do a flip through. I'm going to do a flip through of that one. And just as soon as I get the review posted to the websites, and well, you know what I mean, Amazon and Goodreads. And then they sent me what is it called? I don't want to say it wrong. Mythographic. See, I always want to say Mythomorphia, but we all know why. Mythographic Imagine, and so I've started a page in there, but I'm going to do that one online and on camera in real time. So that'll be my first color and chat where I do real time color from almost the beginning to the end. So I'm hoping that will work out and be fun. Now, like I said, it's hard for me to see the colors on the screen, but they look incredibly bright. They are, but not glow in the dark bright, which this pink, or this orange, yeah, that orange is looking like glow in the dark, and it's vermilion. It is not fluorescent or neon orange. So yeah, if you're seeing what I'm seeing on this camera, this is much brighter than it is in real life, though it is bright. Okay, so yeah, my back is twinging, and we are at a good place to end here. So I'm going to finish this off camera. And if you would like to see what it looks like tomorrow or the next day, I will be posting it on Instagram. Any picture that I do on here, I finish off screen and then post it on Instagram. So if you want to see it right away, join me on there. I believe I'm Niagara _ Nikki, but the link is actually down below in my details section, and then of course you'll see it with my finished pages at the end of the month. This is a beautiful picture. I'm really enjoying coloring it. This color palette here has turned out really nice. And once again, I want to thank Shelley from the Stitching Colorist for sending me this book out of the blue, just from the kindness of her heart. And I like to think that we have become coloring friends. Yeah, so thank you. And thank you to the rest of you for watching me today and listening to my little babble. If you enjoyed yourself then and got this far, I would hope that you leave me a thumbs up down below. Anything that I've used in this video, the links will be down below in the descriptions to the 3 major sites, Canada, US, and UK. And I am an Amazon affiliate and receive a teeny commission from each sale that is made through those links. And yeah, so I invite you to do that to support my channel, but of course you're under no obligation to do so. So in the meantime, until next time, bye-bye!